Good day to you all. Well, it looks like everyone is here today. We should get started. I really appreciate you. If you notice anyone missing, please let me know so that I could make a note of it. We have a lot to cover today, so we really should begin. As you can all see here on the agenda, we'll be mainly talking about the language and its importance. Today, I'm going to cover some 11 points in this regard. Shall we start, students? And the first point that you could see on the screen, method of human communication. Language is nothing but set of sounds. The principal method of human communication consists of words used in structured and conventional way and conveyed by speech, writing, or gesture. It distinguishes human from other animals. Human beings could speak, whereas animals could not. Hope you all understand this. Too many children leave school with poor language skills, unable to compose a simple leave letter or any letter. But still, we cannot expect them to write an email, to draft an email. It's highly difficult for them. Before moving on the meaning of language, let's look a little bit on the concept of communication, because language is for communication. Okay, students, what is communication? Communication is simply the act of transferring information from one person, sometimes it may also be a group, to another. Every communication involves at least one sender, one who sends a message, and a recipient. A recipient is someone who receives the information from you. This may sound simple, but communication is actually a very complex subject. Did you understand? And now let me speak about what is language. The term language has been variably defined by different scholars. However, there are some common concepts that most of them do agree. As said previously, I define this as set of sounds. What is a language? It is nothing but set of sounds. As you know, language is primarily made of sounds that are produced by physiological mechanisms. It is interesting to note that even when the language is written, the letters represent sounds. We are going to say about all these phonetics in your language laboratory. Don't worry about this now. Let me discuss only on the importance of language. Language is said to be human because it's only human beings who are capable of possessing and using language. Animals have no language. Do animals have language? They have no language as human beings. Understand? Unlike animals, human beings are born with a language acquisition device, which we call as LAD. What is LAD? Language acquisition device, which helps them to pick any language when exposed to it. There are different types of languages and characteristics that differentiate human language from animal communication. Total number of languages in India. The fourth point that I'm going to discuss on is total number of languages in India. Statistically, there are 121 languages which are spoken by more than 10,000 people in India, believe me, including Bengali, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Urdu, Gujarati, etc., etc. There are so many languages, you all are aware of it. This proves the diversity that prevails in India. India is a very great country. This only proves the diversity that prevails in India. India is a land of diversity with diverse languages. Practically, it is not possible for a person to learn each and every language. It's highly difficult. So English serves as the bridge between people with different languages. Understand? Hindi. We know Hindi is our national language. Hindi has already been declared as the first and most preferred language of the nation. And English is one of the official and considered as the second most important language of the country. And hope you also know this. The present global context calls for drastic steps to develop English language teaching in schools and colleges. Undoubtedly, English has evolved into a highly refined communication medium with the people in almost all the countries of the world, increasingly using it for multitude of purposes. English is widespread and one of the leading languages in the world. UNO. What is UNO? United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization has given the status of official language to English. Any doubt? English is broadly taught and spoken in more than 118 countries and is usually used as a trade language or diplomatic language worldwide. English is the official language in 55 countries and is universally spoken by 400 million people as a first language. According to 2021 analytics, English is the most common language in the world. For the reason, there must be a complete command of English speaking, writing, reading in India. English language in India is a lot more than just an official language. It has been the language of diplomacy, higher administration, higher education, superior judiciary, and information technology. And I need not say you about this because you're all engineering students. So by learning English, you'll get a new soul. It is eyes of the nation. Don't forget, it gives you a new soul. And it is the only ventilation when you arrive on your foreign land. Never the student should forget this. So by learning English, you will really accomplish the most that are required. English is important because it's a language of international communication. It has been accepted as the global language. English is the language of the web. Hope you know www.com, worldwide website. Over 65 million people, individuals use the web each day. And about 52% of the world mostly visit sites which are meant for English, right? And everything is only in English, not in any other language. The web language would be considered as only English, but no other language. Numerous movies, TV shows, books, and music are produced only in English. By getting to these media, you will likewise consistently improve your English language communication and understanding abilities. Understanding ability is very essential if you really want to learn a language. If you ignore this, never would you learn the language perfectly, proficiently, authoritatively, or commandingly. It gives you an open way to the world and assists you with speaking with worldwide residents. Don't forget this. If you meet somebody from another country, you can both communicate only in English. Learning English isn't just helpful, however, it gives gratification and will allow you to feel extraordinary. This is true. I'm not saying this as an Englishman, but I'm saying to the tangibilities and the truth of the language. Almost every competitive exam in India is conducted in the English language. If you want to travel abroad for higher education, you must pass competitive exams in the English language. Therefore, English plays a significant role in education. And never you forget this. The English language provides career opportunities. English plays a significant role in the lives of youth. For adolescents who widely play computer games must know the English language because all the instructions that are needed are given only in English. Many of the youngsters from India spend a lot of their spare time playing games. Plus, knowing English allows you to easily use all the applications like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, and many more. And you'll be knowing more than me because you are all youth. Am I right? Next, adolescents from India are pretty sure that the games and different applications help in their English learning as well. Knowledge of English will pave the way for you to achieve the goals of your career. Being an international language, it is used in international business. It will fetch more career opportunities for you. And hope you know what is career and the importance of career. And you have to plan your career pretty well. Career planning is a lifelong process which includes choosing an occupation, getting a job, growing in it, and eventually retiring. Through the rapid development of the internet, different nations' legislative bodies started to interact regarding the web very closely. While interacting through the web, they use only one thing. What is that? Only English. And now I'd like to speak something regarding the seventh point, that is role of English in the world technology. Technology is improved by leaps and bounds. And if you are to use this technology, if you really love technology, if you are an engineering student, definitely we need English language for the conveyance. If you really are good in technology, definitely you should be very good in conveying the things too. So learn English well. That's what English language well. The rapid development of technology can also clarify the importance of learning English. Every year, experts create new inventions from all over the world. Those inventions are most often given in English. There's no doubt about it. Speaking about the importance of technology, without technology, world just becomes very mute and numb. So every one of us should be aware of these sciences, engineering sciences. The most familiar words like laptops, mobile phones, computers, scanners. I'm not aware of everything, but still, being working from the past 20 years in this engineering college, I became a bit proficient in these technological terms. And of course, I also learned C language. Hookers, calculators, and others came only from English, not from any other language. You should not forget it. Though the rapid development of the internet started, the students mostly, they spend umpteen time only using this technology, internet, Twitter, as I said you. And no one is quite free now. Everyone is busy, buzzing in their mobiles and also in the internet. So understand the importance of English. Simply, you cannot have a roll of your eye on the internet, but still, only with the proficiency in the language, you could understand it. Hence, English is the most important source of interaction between different nations. Role of English for job in India. I have to say this because as an English teacher, I know in the past 20 years, my contribution to this field has been immense, and I'm sure I'll continue to play a pivotal role in the future as well. But still, many Indian parents, I have to say about this, there's no other quote. Many Indian parents have tried to remedy the problem of lack of opportunity in their generation by sending their children to English medium schools. But still, English medium school, it is only the title which is very apt and suggestive. But the teachers, when you go inside, they never speak English at all. Never do they insist the students to speak in English. Right. That's the reason why we find the students not being proficient in the language. After completing studies, the students of all the fields should have proficiency in English. Fluency in English is a must for getting job. This is sure. The job opportunities are often announced in English. For understanding the announcements and information about the vacancy, you need to understand English. After understanding the announcement, announcement of the job, you need to apply for the vacant posts for preparing yourself for the job. You need to write an impressive letter in the English language. Yes, that's very, very important. Without that, you cannot do, and there is no other go. You need to write an impressive letter in the English language. Furthermore, the quality of your English language is keenly observed in your job application. It matters really a lot. Understand? We live in a country where resumes are rejected. Understand? Resumes are rejected. If you can't speak English fluently over your qualification and expertise, then your qualification is of no use at all. This is obsession that has been created, and the feeling that only speaking English Is your passport to leading a prosperous lifestyle? Is in no way wrong. This is true. A high command in the language will lead to higher paying jobs, more social mobility, and a great deal of success. Without this, you cannot sustain in your life. The job will be some 1,000 kilometers away from you. Understand? You will not be observed by any firm if you are poor in your language communication. Hence, what I want to say at last is the quality of your performance is gauged. The quality of your performance is gauged based on proficiency in English. Indians, one more thing which I do not want to forget to say. What is that? Is Indians speak very good English. Yes, Indians speak very good English rather than any other nation. Indians speak so fluently in English because they were ruled by the British. Am I right? We were ruled by the British. This trend is a hangover of the British colonial rule, which puts English speaking people on a pedestal. Yes, this is true. And one more reason that I would like to point out is do Indians spend more time reading than anyone else in the world? Come on, say me. Do Indians spend more time than anyone else in the world? Then I have to answer this as yes. And also they practice their English communication skills on a daily basis. And right practice makes the man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. Your parents have said you, your teachers, and everyone do insist on this particular quotation. What is that? Practice makes a man perfect. Really, it's a very great adage. In Sanskrit too, we find sadhana kusu vidya. Yes, without practice, we cannot survive. We cannot become successful. So we need to have practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So a person who aspires for a good future should practice really what he is interested in. Because if you neglect future is going to gravely neglect you. According to NOP, World Culture Score Index on average, Indians spend more than 10 hours a week reading. How great it is. Don't you feel so? Do you feel fear while speaking English is an important point here. Are there any reasons here? Yes, let me also address this because it's something which is very burning. English is the language of international communication in all areas such as science, politics, art, media, etc., whatever it may be. And it's often the language of entertainment as well. And we also socialize more in English when we take our mobile in hand, right? Having a good command of English helps us to have more opportunities in life. First of all, our career. Don't forget, career is very important. Wherever you go, career is important. And first thing which we are very scary of English, and this scariness is also called Anglophobia. Fear or dislike of England or English is said to be Anglophobia. Yes, we have the phobia called Anglophobia. The fear of failure, being misunderstood, and grammar mistakes are the three most common reasons why people are afraid of speaking English. Am I right? Making mistakes feels like failure, and that seems like the end of the world for us. Often they are scary. And then there is also what is called inevitable anxiety. Anxiety. Will I do this properly? We feel almost the stage is an epicenter of an earthquake if English ma'am asks us to come and speak a few words regarding a particular topic. Really, it is very bothersome. What a good place. You are supposed to hypnotize yourself that you can, but do not self-hypnotize that you can't. That is one of the bothersome things that I always note from the students' front. If you are learning English as a young adult or even later in life, then remember you are not the only one. Fear of speaking is normal. Fear of speaking a new language is always normal. It is not only to you, everyone feels the same. It's how you overcome that fear that will transform you from an English language learner to an English language speaker. If you really rip off the rip off the fear from you, definitely you can. Remember, Swami Vivekananda has given a great quotation regarding this fear. It's really, I love this quotation the most. Stand up, be bold, be strong. Take the whole responsibility on your own shoulders and know that you are the creator of your own destiny because all the strength and success which you need is within yourselves. Therefore, it's your duty to know your own future. Yes, we all need what is called a spirit of enterprise. A spirit of enterprise. A spirit of enterprise is necessary if you are to overcome your fears and difficulties. This is true. And do not be really tired of the mess around. Do not get irritated with the mob around. Don't be activated with the highs that mounts. Always remember to whatever you do, the results will come to you. Remember, moments run like mice. Don't let the moments pass you by within the twinkling of the eye, because the moment shall go and the feeling shall die, and it shall be too late when you open your eyes. It's the right time for you to learn English. Nothing is too late. You can do anything. This jiffy will be an auspicious moment for you to start something. And let me also say you a few steps to overcome your fear of speaking a foreign language. Of course, we are speaking about English here. I'm not a Spanish teacher to teach you Spanish. So let me say you about English. Understand your fear. Understanding your fear is very important here. I said you already. The entire responsibility lies on your own shoulders. And you are the creator of your own destiny. Therefore, nothing to fear over here because you are not killing the sentiments of anyone. You are going to speak about something which is good. Therefore, why to fear here? Identify your problem areas. You have to identify where my problem is. Is my problem in terms of deliberation? Is my problem in terms of grammar? Is my problem in terms of vocabulary? I just become numb and mute while I carry on with some topic. So come on, identify your problem areas. And at the same time, you have to sharpen. Practice your listening. Listening is very important, but nowadays the generation are quite handicapped in listening to things. Let go of the need for perfection. You have to seek for perfection, not simply postponing or procrastinating the things, but you always should seek for the perfection. Perfection is very important if you really have to be successful in your life. Smile. Smile is a curve that sharpens everything, that straightens everything. So always have a smile on your face. That is really very encouraging. You know, seek out one-to-one conversations. That is very important. Control the speed of the conversation. Only during the learning process, better we control the speed of the conversation. Don't be discouraged. I said you just now, we are not supposed to be discouraged. And the teachers will not discourage you because encouragement is the better element of discipline. And the teacher is not going to act as a grammar police. Therefore, you can be very happy. Don't be discouraged when a conversation doesn't go well. It happens, you know, ignorance is bliss. It also looks very cute and cuddlesome. So do not get discouraged. Let me also say you a few reasons why you are reluctant when speaking English. Can I? Similarly, if you are asked to speak about something that you do not have enough information about, you will not be able to speak well. Really, it is highly difficult. Similarly, if you lack basic knowledge of grammar or vocabulary, is very small, but I have to mention, you have insufficient exposure to English, you will hesitate, right? So what we need is take a topic and learn the vocabulary that you have to include in that particular topic if you have to speak on it. See, planning is very important. Without planning, you cannot do anything. See, a person without planning would be rowing a boat without rudder. So we need to have planning. Here I said planning as rudder. So you need to have some plan before you have to pave some path. That is very important. If you can't pave the path properly, it becomes a hectic task for you to conclude the things, to go on with the things. Conclusion comes next. So come on, have sheer planning. sheer determination to do something. Really, what I want to say here is you can do anything at the hint of hard work. So need to have some planning if you have to seek for perfection. Similarly, I want to speak about English vocabulary. You can learn at least 5 or 6 words a day. That will really sharpen your, what should I say, sharpen your skills of speaking. What makes speaking difficult? Of course, having too much of influence of our native language, I mean, colloquial language, are the factors that make speaking very difficult. You have to create an environment of such kind where all the people speak only in English. English speaking to be fluent in the, if you have to speak English fluently, you need to create an environment of such kind. Let your friends all speak only in English. Academic environment will give you a great space to have such uh, environment. Is that environment? It's not environment. It is environment. I know that students speak that as environment, but it is only environment. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Make mistakes. There's nothing wrong in it. Only when you experience the things you can understand. Once you understand that it has a mistake, definitely you will not do the mistake time and again. Your goal is to deliver a message, not speaking English perfectly or to speak perfect English with the right grammar and vocabulary. So keep the grammar and vocabulary aside because our mothers did not teach us Telugu grammar before they taught us Telugu. Am I right or no? So keep the grammar aside, but start speaking in English as it is. That's what I want to say. How can I learn English in non-English environment? This is also one of the questions that the students ask. Let me say you self-learning methods. I want to say you a few self-learning methods. Learn new words daily. Yes. See, knowledge is vast treasure and practice is the only key to it. You need to learn new words every day. That's what I can prescribe the students. Develop your own pace of reading. When you read or when you speak, you have your own pace. It is not that you follow someone. In the beginning stage, it is better go on in your own way. Learn from everything. When you lay your hand on a paper, of course, it's English paper. You have to see what is that in store for you in that particular paper. Learn from everything that you come across. And one more thing is, I want to occupy the space of your thinking. Think in English. That's very important. If you don't think in English, you cannot deliberate the words properly. See, if you have to have a great fluency in the language, you have to think in the same language. You cannot think in Telugu and deliberate that in English language. It's highly difficult. There is no synchrony here. So better you have to think only in English. Introduce variety in your vocabulary. That is also one of the important things that I want to say about. Learn vocabulary in phrases, not as words, not single words. You have to learn vocabulary in phrases. Our brains are pattern matching machines. Don't forget. Our brains are pattern matching machines. So always learn vocabulary in phrases, but not single words. Okay, remember things put into context will be remembered more forever. Even today, if I can't come up with any context examples, I check out Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary, or sometimes I also Google it. Yes, we are all continuous learners. Start using the vocabulary as soon as possible. Not simply learning vocabulary, keeping it in your mind, but your vocabulary should be on the tip of your tongue. So start using the vocabulary as soon as possible in your day-to-day context. Never stop yourself from speaking until your language is perfect. Yes, whenever the necessity arises, you must be ready enough to use that particular vocabulary, the word, because everything is contextual, because it is on the tip of your tongue. So I ask you, not only framing the things in your mind, you are supposed to put that on the tip of your tongue. Then it comes automatically. It was automatically when it's essential. And one more thing that I would like to prescribe you is watch movies with subtitles. Understand the usage. You are supposed to watch the movies with subtitles so that you can understand the movie and the usage. And it's highly difficult to understand the English speakers in the primary stage. As the days go on, as you watch the movies along with the subtitles, it becomes very easy for you to go through it. Watch English content on YouTube. See, our generation was not facilitated with YouTube and different other things, whereas you people have umpteen chance to learn through umpteen sources. So you can use all these sources to really become authoritative and commanding over this English language. Practice, practice, practice. In the beginning also I said, again I want to mention this, always practice. Practice makes a man perfect. This is what my teacher said. Your teacher would have also said, and your parents would have also said this. Designate an English only space or time. Don't forget this. I want to say you several times. Designate an English only space or time. Otherwise, you cannot learn anything. Acquisition is highly difficult. So you need to dedicate to this English only space. Fill your house with English reading materials. Of course, you people are well versed with these materials, cooked up substances. I'm not speaking about those materials. Come on, collect books that will make you proficient in the language. Collect as many books as possible. Spend your pocket money for these books. Really, it will make you successful in life. Speech shadowing is also one of the important things that I would like to mention. Create a self-audio diary. You know what is diary? I need not say you about this. You are supposed to create a self-audio diary. Monodrama, dialogue with yourself. Come on, watch an English movie. And there you come across one particular dialogue being very, very interesting. In such circumstances, you can use the dialogue in your day-to-day context. And from that dialogue, you can also frame a small drama. And you can also play that, a small dialogue. And you can also articulate and you can also say that. When I was learning English, and I still do this, not only when I was learning English, even today I do this. I would describe myself whatever happened during the day. This will really make me very, very happy, This gives you extra practice before you start explaining things to other people. This is true. You have to have speech shadowing. You have to create self-audio diary. And I insist you time and again. Find friends to learn and speak English with you. Find friends, but that means we need to have people who are like-minded. It is always easier to improve English with a common companion, especially if he or she is a native speaker. Of course, we don't find such speakers over here, English speakers here, but still we can also speak with the people who are very proficient in the language, sometimes even with your English teachers in order to improve your language. At least with a friend who has curiosity to learn English. Of course, like-minded people. We have to create an environment of like-minded people. And regular chats over the mobile, text messages, and other common activities will bring you to the next level and you can stop talking to yourself. Once you become proficient, there's no need that you have to speak yourself. No need, no need. You can stop speaking to yourself. Start thinking in English. This is what I want to insist you while you speak. Yeah, start thinking in English and talk to yourself. Training your mind to think in English can bring you a huge step closer to fluency. It is not difficult, but it does take conscious effort and practice. I want to say once again, it does take conscious efforts and practice. Make notes in English. Whatever you think about, come on, just make notes and see what is there in store for you. Listen, listen, listen. That's what I want to say you. Listen, listen, listen. Practice, practice, practice. Celebrate the success. You will become masters in the language. You become audacious. You become commanding. You become authoritative in the language. This is what. And once again, I want to say, watch a lot of English movies. Read books and attend book clubs. Book clubs are the main sources where you could learn a language. You can also visit book clubs. Guidance. Guidance is also very important. You can also take the assistance of your teachers. Assistance of your teachers may be a long way. I know that in language learning process. So better, you can also take the attendance of your assistance of your teachers. However, the biggest challenge in dealing with the frustration that comes with not being able to fully express yourself, right? Ourselves. The biggest challenge is dealing with the frustration. Yes, dealing with the frustration that I'm not able to lead my speech to that authoritative extent. And in the middle, I have to hamper for the vocabulary. That is the biggest challenge that every learner labors about. The key is to think positively. This is what I want to say. Be always optimistic in your nature. The key is to think positively and stay always motivated. Don't forget, staying motivated is very important. In the very beginning itself, I have quoted Swami Vivekananda's. So always stay motivated. And here I would like to end the program and I'll continue. Thank you very much.